Welcome back to another episode of my Opinionated Ass Podcast. Again, it's your boy, West Meets World.
Your boy, Ryan, the car guy.
And today, for this 5th episode, we have special guest Honey in the building. How you doing there, Honey?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's begin.
What's going on, everybody? We're going to talk about a very special topic today. What's going on with the man Kanye, man? He's talking about running for president, man.
Get your boy.
Yeah, man. Get your boy, man. I'm trying to. I don't know what his plan is. Like, is he trying to get black votes to help Trump, or is he really trying to run for president? Either way, I ain't feeling that shit, though.
Honestly, I don't even think he would really be able to, I don't even know who he would, what he would run as, because when you ran before, not when you ran before, but when you were talking your shit, you were talking about some Trump as a father figure to me, which is weird as fuck for a 40-something-year-old man to say. But so I don't know how you gonna run against him. And then you decided to join Candace Owens with that whole, I know I fucked her name up. It's a Freudian slip. So you decided to ride with Candace Owens with the whole black exit thing. So of the Democratic Party, so you can't run there. Plus, you super late to the game. The elections in 4 months. It's stupid. I just feel like he got an album coming out and he's trying to promote and do some stupid shit to stay relevant.
Another Christian album, bro.
What's wrong with the Christian album?
It's coming from him. He's not
Did you hear Jesus?
He did make Jesus walk, you know.
And then he walked away from Jesus. And called himself Jesus.
This was also 15 years ago. You know, I miss Jesus Walk Kanye. Back then, college dropout, late registration, man, fire albums.
I do too.
Fire albums.
I remember getting that album. I was in the Farm Fresh parking lot and I bought it for $5. Somebody bootlegged it. But my dad went to go buy the real one because we were just, fucking with it that much. So yeah, I could say this. I do miss that Kanye. You never know what to expect with him.
Yeah, that's a good or bad thing. Because, it's crazy how he went from George Bush don't like black people to Trump is my best friend in the whole world. That's my daddy. So, so it's just man, that's a crazy turn.
Kanye, man, he play on your emotions, man.
He make you mad, but as far as me at least, he makes me mad because it's something that's I'm more disappointed. Because I feel
that was like an idol when we were a kid.
Yeah, bro. Kanye was an icon to us. Yeah. He was one of the first rappers that got out and didn't have to be super hood, but then still had a message you could feel.
Yeah.
He was on some conscious stuff, and then he just took such a turn.
Man. Well,
he went against so much of his old lyrics too. Remember he's I promised to Mr. Rennie I'm gonna marry your daughter, and I know I gotta thank you for the way that she was brought up. Then the first thing you did was leave her ass for a white girl. So you ass for a white girl. Yep.
Okay. But
I wish the listeners could see the way I looked at you when you said that shit, because it's so true, man.
For
dude
real.
Really was talking that woke shit.
Yeah.
He just stop. It's
drive slow. It's so many classics. Even the sentimental stuff. Hey Mama.
Yeah.
Roses, nigga, Roses.
Hey Mama was hard to listen to.
Hey Mama was a little hard. Roses was a little hard for me because my grandma had passed around that time too. So
yeah. He was making some fire, and he just, I don't know.
You know what it was? It's crazy. This is gonna be one of the most fucked up things that someone can say, but it has to be said. The Kanye we love died when his mama did.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts. Because it's
brutal.
It's brutal, but it's honest because this dude never sought the therapy he obviously needed.
Yeah.
Now granted, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying his music became trash then because I actually did.
Him as a person.
Yeah, him as a person. Right. Because I even liked my Twisted Dark Fantasy and what's that other one? The 808s and Heartbreak. I like those albums. Yeah. But once Yeezus came and went and all this other Life of Pablo shit, it just became garbage. It's no soul left in any of his music anymore.
Was the Life of Pablo before Weezus?
Nah.
That was after?
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
It was like the album. It was the My Twisted Dark Fantasy. Then it was the album with Jay-Z, The Watch the Throne.
Which I like that one too.
Yeah, that was cool too. And then after that, it was like a little hiatus when he was trying to be into fashion or whatever. Where'd that lighter go? Okay, I'll find it. But anyways, he was trying to get into fashion. And that was another thing. Look, so when he was trying to get into fashion, right, one of the things he said was an obstacle for him is that he said that it was racism. Straight up. He said it was being racist towards him, blah, blah, blah. Even though it's like, dude, you were trying to sell slave clothes. Like, it was like weird looking clothes that you were trying to sell and make. But whatever. He claimed it was racism. But then as soon as he got that deal, right? Now that he got that deal, became pro-Trump, now all of a sudden, racism ain't really that big. If I thought racism was big, I would have moved to a different country. Like, what? Like, that switch was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, his switch game, man, I'm telling you, man. Bro.
It just makes you question, like, was any of the shit he said previously real? Or was it just like a cash grab of what he thought was hot at the moment?
Yeah, you know, some celebrities do have plans when they come out. I guess my biggest issue with him running is I feel like, especially with everything that's been going on, let's just say that we just got smartphones now. With everything that's going on in the world, I feel like you shouldn't play with politics. You shouldn't come. It's 4 or 5 months left in the game, and you want to, you know what I'm saying, come in and run. But if it wasn't for that and him being a Trump supporter,
maybe
I probably would have rocked him.
I would have, if it was college dropout.
For me.
Yeah, if it honestly,
If it was
college dropout or
Kanye,
late
yeah,
registration, hell, even graduation Kanye, and he decided to run, and it's these two other old motherfuckers, I would have voted for Kanye. But the Kanye that's there now, it can fuck off. Like,
man, we ain't fucking with that.
Yeah, not at all.
He had the juice back then, man. I don't know
He had it, bro. Like he even and like,
sauce, man. Like,
and I can't even. I feel like he's influenced so much too during that period too. Like honestly, I feel like there would be no Drake if it wasn't for that Kanye period. He made that backpack rap thing cool.
He made that vibe. He definitely made that wave.
Yeah,
he definitely did.
He was the start of the wave to where being a dorky nerd was cool and rapping was cool.
Yep.
Like he was the very start of that because then you had Drake, Kid Cudi,
Big Sean, J.
Cole, Kendrick. They all the woke. I call it the woke crew.
Nah, Drake ain't really woke. Drake ain't
let's
even.
say the. What's the word that I'm looking for? The
backpack
conscious,
rappers.
Conscious rappers. Even though conscious rap has always been a thing, I feel like he made.
Or like brought it back.
I think he kind of like not really brought it back. He made them because conscious rap is usually kind of like an underground thing. People. He kind of brought it to the front wave a little bit.
I think they call it backpack rappers.
Backpack rappers? I can say that, yeah.
Like,
okay.
Childish Gambino was another one. Like, these are people that was, like, obviously influenced. Matter of fact, the first song I heard from Childish Gambino was a version of all of the lights that he flipped or whatever. And I was like, oh, this is dope. But it's like, that was obviously a Kanye inspiration. But, shit.
Can I touch on, I don't like how the people are bringing Kim into it, though.
She don't got nothing to do with it.
She don't.
Nah.
And they are like lighting her ass up, and I'm just like, listen, for whatever people think she's getting and helping black people out of jail, let's be happy somebody's helping. Let's be happy she's not one of those, because some white women do sit beside their black man. They love black dick, don't talk about black issues. So I fuck with her for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she liked the black dick and she's standing up for the black dick.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people shouldn't really include her, because men have big egos, and we see how big Kanye's ego is. She probably like, I'm supposed to support my husband.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Then it is what it is.
No, I don't blame her at all. Now, even with the whole situation, like how
just doing what she's supposed to do.
She got recognition last year when she talked to Trump to get that woman out of jail, right? Unfortunately, the name of the woman escapes me right now, but like, I respected it because even though it sucks that a celebrity white woman had to get involved, I mean, if that's what it took,
right?
Because we know Trump ain't gonna listen to like a young black man that comes talk to him.
No, right, exactly.
Like he wouldn't have listened to that woman's family members at all.
Yeah.
But he listened to her, and a good thing happened from it. So like,
I fuck with her for using white privilege.
Yeah, exactly. She used white privilege for good in that moment.
And then I fuck with that. She know that white privilege exists. I hate when white people act like white privilege don't exist. But Kanye, for him to be black, he's acting like that shit don't exist.
I know, right? Like that's the great. It's like they switched.
But here's a flip side to that coin.
What?
Why she still fucking with that nigga why he treating his people like that though?
Because they got 2 kids together, and that's not something that she sees on a day to day because she's been rich her whole life.
They got 4.
Oh, goddamn,
Yeah,
do they
yeah.
now? Like I, God, they was
They
popping
got
out
4.
babies.
And then you gotta realize too, even though not trying to veer off topic.
It's cool. We always do.
Men shouldn't judge women for their bodies, but you know how they try to paint Kim in the light, and it's like, you know, she did that shit with Ray J. Okay, Ray J was her nigga at the time. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I was saying that to say,
I'm sorry, bro.
I feel like she fucked with him so hard because no matter what they said about her, he was fucking with her, and that means something too. You know, she's not gonna lose her husband off of men say stupid shit all the time. I get that he has a platform and he should watch what he say, but at the end of the day, when they go back home and them doors closed,
yeah, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Like his public
Right.
persona to us is different than his private persona to her.
Right.
So yeah, we can't really judge as far as what they do and what makes their relationship
We
work.
don't know what type of marketing shit they doing back behind
Yeah.
closed doors for real.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know her mama is a marketing genius.
Yeah.
Chris is the fucking GOAT.
Cause
Chris
like
is the GOAT.
you turned your daughter's sex tape, which in most families would have just been traumatizing, and turned that into over $1 billion.
Chris is the GOAT.
Like that's a high level of like finesse.
And to be honest, when
That's up there with Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like only haters think about Kim and think about that sex tape. It's like she got so many more layers to her that like Chris worked that shit out. Chris is the GOAT.
I mean now, yeah. And then like, hey, Kylie was like almost a billionaire because of the relationship to Kim. So it's like because of Chris, she had made money for all of these people.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't hating. Do you make your money?
So we're gonna go into the next topic for today. This topic is gonna be a little sensitive for some, but that's okay because it is my Opinionated Ass Podcast. We're gonna talk about voting and whether it's real. If you don't vote for Biden, is it a vote for Trump? We're going to debunk that today, and I'm like 50-50 with it. For myself, I'm 50-50 with it. I think it's bullshit that we should have to go through this type of shit. And but I guess when there's only 2 candidates, if you don't vote for Biden, I guess it is a vote for Trump technically, but because everybody else is gonna vote for that motherfucker. But I don't like it though.
I honestly don't agree. This is why. Because I feel like if I don't vote, right, it doesn't mean that it's not some magical like munchkin that comes in my room and takes a vote and puts it into the slot for Donald Trump. Like it doesn't work that way.
That's correct.
Like, yeah, so like
I feel like the technical standpoint that you're saying is facts.
But not even that, because it's just like, okay, so if I voted for, say, I'm gonna go like say Green Party, it's a dude named Howie Hawkins running, right? If I was to vote for him, the only way it's technically a vote for anyone else is if you assume that would have been someone I voted for. So me voting for, like, so if what's it called? Not Donald Trump. Say Joe Biden gets X amount of votes. That just means that means people supported him and other people didn't. That's like, I feel like that's something that when it comes to your vote, when like us as like Americans, I guess you could say, we don't got that much power. The only power we do got is our vote. Right. So if we just feel like we owe this motherfucker our vote for what, especially if like I don't agree with shit they talking about, then what are we doing for? What kind of power do we have?
We don't have any power.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's a good point.
So like I feel like voting for, say, somebody like Joe Biden right now, for a lot of people, at least like me, if I was to do it, because I'm still on the fence, but at the same time I'm kind of leaning over for it, it would only be because of the fact that, like, I mean, Trump is a monster. Let's just put it out there. Like, he's a horrible, horrible person. And like, I say horrible twice because Joe Biden is still a horrible person.
Right.
He's just not a horrible, horrible person as far as Donald Trump. Like, I don't think Joe Biden is going to sit there and, I mentioned this on shows previously, I don't think Joe Biden is going to sit there and tear gas American citizens just to take a photo in front of a church with an upside down Bible. Like, that's something that I don't think, like, he's not going to do anything for us like Medicare for all or Green New Deal or any of those things that we actually want as far as policies go. But he is going to not try to kill us just to take a photo. So it's like,
right.
So it's like that's such a low bar, but that's just kind of where we at.
It's like I agree with you, man, but it's just like, fuck, we gonna do?
Yeah, that's why it's like,
like,
you know
what I mean? Like, what are we gonna do? Like that's what we have.
Like we've talked about, even at the hell no, I still can't do it. Because if I'm gonna vote outside of either of them two, I'm gonna probably vote for someone like that guy Howie Hawkins, because I mean the Green Party people kind of more aligned with what I be talking about. So, but at the same time, if I'm going to vote for one of them two, I would have to vote for Biden, even though like I'm gonna feel like shit doing it.
I did the same with Hillary.
I would have honestly, because I didn't get to vote in 2016 because of Georgia and how they be purging voter rolls and stuff like that. So happened to be that I was no longer registered. But like, I would have felt better voting for Hillary, because at least that would have been the like fact that, okay, she's shitty, but like at least on the whole pandering thing, she was a woman. So we can have that progress of saying this is the first woman president kind of thing.
You know how we feel about like the Democrat candidates, like.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how white people felt about Obama. Where they like,
no, you know why? Because this is why.
like, do we gotta vote for this dude, man? Like, bro.
See, no, this is why. Because like motherfuckers that didn't that hated Obama when he first got in, they hated Obama because of his skin color. We don't hate Trump because of his skin color. I mean, even though it's weird that he's orange.
I'm just talking about not as far as like the moral standpoint, but I just wonder that white people did not want to vote for him because of his skin color, but they voted for him because they felt like they had to.
I think the ones who did that are the ones who are like voting for Trump now.
Right now.
And they be like, well, I voted for Obama twice. Yeah, but like, they like, that's the only reason.
They came out, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, wait, as far as what, to vote for him?
All those people, there was a lot of people that voted for Obama that voted for Trump.
The first
apparently.
That's a clear sign you know somebody is racist. They hit you with the I voted for Obama. Like, we don't give a listen. Either you or somebody very close to you don't like black people.
It's like saying your best friend is black.
Right, yeah, and then the motherfucker go.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Single trip.
Yeah, see, that's why it's crazy. I don't like using that as an excuse. Like, it means nothing. Because first of all, let's put it out there, Obama's mixed, so they probably rationalize it as they voted for the white side. Say
you know the white people.
Yeah. So then like,
and then he black, but you know.
Yeah, right. But then also, that's the thing that makes it worse, is that means that when you did your voting process, you didn't even give a shit about like policies or anything like that. Yeah, at all. So you telling me that you voted for him don't mean shit. Because I'm not even a black person that feels like Obama was a second coming. Like, Obama had his issues. So that's what, but they just, only thing they can do is assume that you loved Obama the way that you.
That they say to you, man.
Yeah, they assume that you love Obama the way they love Trump.
Man, look, as soon as you get into a debate with them, they be bringing up that motherfucker.
They bring up
bro,
that.
I don't give a fuck about no Obama. Like, bro, like, why is you talking to me about this dude? I never said I liked him. I got into a debate with a guy yesterday talking about, well, he was way better than Obama. Who the fuck said I voted for Obama? Like, or liked him? I did vote for Obama. I mean, but I didn't like him.
I mean, like, to be realistically though, I mean, Obama still was better. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
he is better, but
that's just. But again, it's a low bar because like, Trump is just that horrible.
Talking about him. Let's talk about what's in office right now.
I feel you because like Obama's not running, so it doesn't matter. Like even now, Hillary's not running, so I don't care.
And most of us took accountability for our actions for voting for Obama. That's the issue. Like, we already said that we voted for him, but he didn't really do shit. Like, and that's just how we feel. Like, but I did vote for the man. You can say the same thing about Trump. If you don't fuck with him, just don't fuck with him.
See, I think
just what it is.
I think what it is with us is that we'll like. Okay, so for example, like I voted for Obama, but I also know that like I took it into account that Obama did do like drone strikes that killed a lot of people. So, but we can own that, and I can say, okay, this is where Obama failed. Like Trump supporters cannot, they refuse to say any area that Trump failed.
Anything.
You have motherfuckers in the wheelchair. He's still a good person. You got women. He's still a good person. Black people. He's still a good. What the fuck? Do y'all not hear when he's.
Like y'all don't like, you know what it is too, because they like how they internalize it. Like you'll name X, Y, and Z of why Trump is trash, and the only thing that they'll hear is you just don't like Trump. Like Like, did you not hear the reasons that I just threw out to you?
Yeah.
But it just goes over their head because their love for Trump is just that great.
I bet you were an Obama supporter.
They don't even say I bet. They just assume that you are.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So, like, and they just, like, they would assume that for me, for example, that I'm just, it's weird, too, because I get, like, the accusations from both Democrats and Republicans. Like, according to Republicans, I'm, like, a snowflake that would vote for Joe Biden and blah, blah, blah. According to Democrats, I'm, like, somehow from Russia, and, like, I'm a Russian asset. That's, like...
Or you're not black.
Oh, no, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you're not black.
You're
that's
not
right.
black.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you're a Trump supporter.
Can I say this? I think that the government takes votes into consideration, but I think they ultimately weave in and out who they
want
to be. Yeah.
Oh, no, factually.
That's facts.
The last Democratic primary, like earlier in the year, and like late last year, that proved that because, like, it's funny, too, because, like I said, when the Democrats are going against Trump, they always say they're resisting, but then they always give him everything he wants. So they always play, like, basically they play checkers. When it came to defeating Bernie Sanders, oh my God, they played chess. So it was like, and it's like you said, you even got people, they were getting on CNN and stuff talking about some, we want people to vote and everything, but the people don't decide who's running for president. Like, they straight up said it.
Like, then what the fuck?
Right. So that's why it didn't even make sense.
Bernie was trying to tell us the whole time. That's why his ass had a heart attack. Unfortunately. He had that stent, and then while he was having the stents, it had heart. Actually, he went up because that's when he started winning. So what it was is like when they started actually voting, he won Iowa, he won New Hampshire, he won Vegas. Like, he was killing it. And then all of a sudden, all those people like that was running conservative Democrat like dropped out and was like, oh, we all behind Joe Biden. And then this dude Jim Clyburn in South Carolina was like, I'm gonna go ahead and support Biden even though I know he does a lot of racist stuff, but we don't want to have Bernie because he wants to help people too much. Right.
So they all put all that. So it's somehow, even though Bernie won the first 3 states, when it came to South Carolina, all of a sudden Biden, who was in 5th place everywhere else, is all of a sudden the number 1 lead candidate. Everyone drops out, and then every state from that point forward, all of a sudden, it's just like something just didn't feel right. Like,
can I say that I hate the lengths that they go to get the black vote?
The pandering?
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, because it's like, we just want you to do right policies, but they'll do stupid shit like wearing Wakanda clothes in front of like the Congress.
Put Hillary Clinton putting the fucking hot sauce.
Talking about she put hot sauce in her bag.
I'm like, come on. And then they got the picture of Joe Biden out there with the kid protesters, and it's like, would you be out there if you wasn't running?
Nope.
Would you give, you know what I'm saying? And it makes people wonder. It's like, listen, like you said, we just want people to do right.
Yeah.
All that extra shit just comes off as fake.
That's why it was a dude in New York named Elliot Engel. He was like one of those establishment Democrats, and then he straight up told protesters at like the recent rallies, he's like, I'm only out here because I got an election coming up. But guess what? He got beat by a black guy, so that works out. But it's like, dude, like that's really how they, and that's supposed to be the Democrat. It's like that's really how they be. Like they'll sit there and just pander during times of like trying to get the black vote, but they don't really care.
Facts.
And then like the ones that actually do care is the one that shut off. Like I honestly feel like that dude Bernie Sanders really gave a shit.
But yeah, I think he did too.
Like, and then when I used to like trying to like, he's the only person I ever gave money to as far as like campaigns and stuff go. And when I would talk to people, I could even talk to Trump supporters, and they would tell me if I was to ever vote for a Democrat, I guess it would be Bernie Sanders. I can't convince none of these motherfuckers to go vote for Joe Biden. Cause they like respected Bernie's honesty, and like he been saying the same shit for 40 years. But like Joe Biden don't even know what the fuck he said last week. So
along with him saying, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Yeah, and then black people need to understand too that just because he was Obama's vice president doesn't mean because some people enjoy Obama as a president. You know what I'm saying?
He's charismatic.
Yeah, and he is. He thinks about what he says before he say it, and there's a lot of, good things I could say about him. But vice presidents and presidents don't agree all the time. It's like little brother and the big. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what they were saying in that
Behind
Oval
closed
Office.
doors.
It's to the point.
Right.
Obama, he keeps it real smooth, but he probably I really don't even.
At first he didn't. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. Like at first he was like when Biden first tried to run, Obama was like, "Nah, man, chill." Only reason why he started backing them later on is because again they wanted to stop that democratic socialists. So that's when Obama kind of low key put his thumb on the scale. But also, let's be real, Biden got that position not because he was a great person to run the country. He got that position because of reverse affirmative action. Obama needed that white vote.
Yeah,
because like
sure.
we discussed, there's people that was like, I don't know. But then they got that white vice president, the old white man, and that was like, oh, okay.
Especially he put that crime bill in office too.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like conservative white guy, so they're like, okay, we can get aboard. Yeah. And then we see, honestly, he low-key influenced Obama for the negative.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about hope and change when he ran, but when he got in office, the first thing he did was bail out all the banks that screw people.
Yeah.
In the housing market.
Yeah.
So it was like,
I honestly think they just put Obama in office to shut us the fuck up. Like,
kinda.
Hey man, you know what? We put a black man in office, they'll shut up. They won't mention racism.
Y'all niggas be quiet now.
Shut up. Go on.
They just didn't rely on the other side being super racist back towards
it. Is it only me, even though we know, probably as we speak, black people out there getting killed due to police brutality?
Mm-hmm.
Why does it seem like it's televised during these times? You know what I'm saying? Like right during when this is going on, we're supposed to be voting.
Well, the only thing is it's always an election. Like every 2 years there's an election. And then we've been, like last year it was a whole bunch of cop shootings too.
But it be back to back.
Oh, it do.
During this time, and I'm just like, do they use us for this? You know what I'm saying? To kind of like...
In some aspects, I'm kind of glad they do. Because, I mean, obviously it would be greater if George Floyd was alive. But I feel like George Floyd might have the same type of situation as Emmett Till did. And what I mean by that is, like, it was a tragic death. But people seeing it, just like with Emmett Till, people saw his open casket and how disfigured he was in the newspaper. And that affected so many people that, like, bills started changing and stuff started happening. I think with the George Floyd thing, it kind of is doing the same thing. Because, like, we're even seeing now, like, with the protests, I've been to a few. It's a lot of times, it's a lot of white people, like, good white people out there. And, like, they wouldn't have, even though they were late to the game, obviously, we've been telling them for years. But, like, they eventually came to the party.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that's a good thing, I guess, a part of it. But, I mean, granted, it does kind of, like, exploit it out. But it wouldn't come off as political if we didn't have a dude that always wants to race bait as an office. Mm-hmm. Think about it. He made NFL political. Like, as far as taking a knee, that was the NFL. That had nothing to do with you as a president. But you felt the need that because you wanted to get people riled up. Oh, yeah, those people taking a knee, those son of a bitches should get off the field. So now you made this shit a political thing. That's what makes, honestly, talking to people now sucks because this dude has taken so much shit that we used to just like talk about have common ground with. And now we can't talk about none of them because it's all political because he's made them political.
Yeah.
So it's like, God, like
every topic is sensitive as fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like he made it that way.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
Because they dogged the hell out of Obama. That nigga just let that shit slide off his back.
He definitely,
But like,
they was dogging him every chance you got.
They were calling Michelle a tranny. Like I've seen all that type of stuff. Like that's foul. Like but
I don't know.
Nobody say nothing about Melania, dumbass.
Well, I said a whole bunch of things about Melania.
I've said a lot of stupid.
No, I'm saying like far
as like,
even. You know, I mean, but you know, racist people.
They always have exceptions.
Always have an excuse.
That's like I saw today.
Why would they say something about her?
Right. It's funny too because I saw this woman. I forgot the Republican senator's name. She was interviewed on CNN, and they asked her about when Ebola happened. Right.
Right.
2 people died from America. Yeah. And this woman was like dogging Obama, like, yeah, he's trash, he's stupid, like he should have, like he was unprepared, blah blah blah. Almost 130,000 people have died because of coronavirus, and she refuses.
Still the best president ever.
To them, yeah, she refuses to say he's done anything wrong.
Yeah.
But like,
I had a guy tell me Obama was worse than Thomas Jefferson.
They exaggerate.
Oh my God.
They so hyperbolic, bro. They always have to say something,
bro.
but that's how Trump is. Trump, everything has to be the greatest, it has to be the best, or it has to be a disaster. It has to be the worst thing that ever happened in history.
Right.
Nothing is normal.
I'm like, bro, like so many bad presidents, bro.
Yeah.
And you're gonna say Obama's.
It's because he black.
Thomas fucking Jefferson, like
But
the worst president ever.
Let's just be real though. Trump is winging this whole shit. He didn't even think he would
He
get
has
this
no
fucking
plan.
far.
He has zero plan.
He is so. He has no choice but to be like, yeah, very bad. Like when he was saying the water is very fucking wet. He's winging this whole shit. He's winging.
Y'all ever
like just literally going off the top of his head? Like, man, look, I don't even know what it's like to be a politician, but this is what we gonna do.
You ever seen the Dark? You seen the Dark Knight? Obviously, classic movie. Have you ever seen the Dark Knight, the Batman movie?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the moments in there is when Joker was talking to Harvey Dent. And he's like, I don't have a plan. You think I have a plan? He's like, I'm like a dog, like chasing a car. I wouldn't know what to do if I actually caught it. That's Trump. Like him running for president was him chasing that car. Now he caught it. He has no idea what he's doing. Matter of fact, I saw it was Fox News at that. He was being interviewed. They gave him the easiest question, like, "Hey, what's your agenda for your second term of presidency?" He had no clue. He started talking about how John Bolton sucks and he was a terrible person to hire, which had nothing to do with what are you going to do for president. So even now,
he deflects.
Because he has no idea.
Isn't it funny? His supporters do the exact same he does too. That's what makes it weird.
Because they don't care.
Like they're in sync with each other.
They are. Because they don't care about nothing they don't actually care about if he has policies or not. They're like, hey, he hates the same motherfuckers I hate.
And let's just do it.
That's it. That's all they care about. Like, because they poor as hell. Like,
hey man.
But they love it.
I had a guy tell me, even if the Epstein conspiracy is real, he's still voting for him. I said, dude, okay.
Yeah, that means you have no principles.
Yeah, just none at all.
Because no morals, none of that stuff. Because like I feel terrible about even considering voting for Joe Biden because of the fact that he was credibly accused of, ironically, grabbing a woman by the pussy. So like, I felt terrible voting if the possibility I vote for him because of that. But y'all know he did that and still like, oh, I love him. I gotta vote for him anyway. Because that's why I said the most criticism they'll ever give Trump is, I mean, I think sometimes he tweets too much, but that's it. That's the worst thing they'll ever say because they're just so like in love with this man.
Well, they'll just say it's 2020. All right, y'all, we're gonna go on a quick break.
Hey, you like what you're hearing? You want us to keep going? Well, guess what? Me too. So why don't you go ahead and help us out? Go ahead and check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WesUs Media. There you can go ahead and help us out, and we'll even give you exclusive content, and depending on your tier, we give you some of our content early. So go ahead and visit our Patreon again at patreon.com/WesUs Media. Thank you. We are back. So we want to talk about something that a lot of people don't talk about, and that is the problem with white liberalism. What's that? Let me explain. So basically, we have the white liberalism in the sense of like, say like Joe Biden, for instance, or somebody that's like, say like the regular everyday white woman that like is a Hillary Clinton supporter. I feel like whenever we think about, say, stuff like racism and things like that, a lot of people automatically go to like the KKK, crosses in the yards that's burning, things like that. But no, a lot of people don't take into the account like the failing of like white liberalism, like how they'll become so content with things that where we're still being hurt by it, but because it's not in their face anymore, they kind of just ignore it.
Yeah, like the crime bill.
Exactly.
Planned Parenthood, the crime bill, just a whole shitload of programs.
It's like
your welfare,
mass incarceration.
Like I would like say, for example, say like the whole recent thing with like Karens, right?
Yeah.
You know Karens or whatever now. So, so like, okay, I'll use the example of that woman that called the police on that man in the, like I think it was like in the forest. She was like walking her dog or whatever.
Right.
And then she was, she decided to call. When she called the police on this man, the first thing she said was, "There's an African American man harassing me." But it's like, because I like this. I don't want to say I study language, but like I study, like I like pay attention a lot, like how people talk. And when I say, like, the reason why I say this is in relation to white liberalism, she said she tried to be politically correct in saying African American, but at the same time, you're still using the police as your attack dog against this black man.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you that woman was not like a Trump supporter. She was probably like a Hillary Clinton supporter. But that's that other side of racism, to where like they won't all out be like, hey, you know, you're the N-word, but if you on the elevator next to them, they'll definitely clutch their purse.
Yeah.
I call it the
Locking the fucking doors.
Yeah, exactly. And then like those are the type of people that like they'll sometimes look at black people like some kind of like a charity case.
Yeah.
Like, granted, obviously, especially right now, black people are definitely under attack. But like they'll look at it like say for example, we talked about it earlier off air, where like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and all these people decided to get down on their knees and wear like this Africa Wakanda Forever Coming to America outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
we didn't ask for that shit.
we didn't ask for none of that shit.
Yeah,
like,
y'all renaming streets and shit. We don't give a fuck.
or spray painting Black Lives Matter
Stop
on it.
fucking
Like,
killing us. We're not targeted.
I call it that Abraham Lincoln mindset, man. Just like, oh man, I'll freed y'all motherfuckers. I don't like y'all though, man. That's the same way they do us today. Just because like they do stuff just to say like I'm cool, but you're really not, bro. You're still a racist undercloset, bro.
More scary about this other side of racism. These are our teachers, our lawyers, our fucking doctors. That's why it's important. Black people, educate yourselves on the shit that they're giving you over the counter, the shit that they're telling you. We're so unique. You know what I'm saying? We're so unique, and it's certain things that people of other races need that we don't need, that we have naturally. You know,
like sunscreen.
Like sunscreen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we don't need tanning booths.
Just really educate yourself.
Just walk outside and you're okay.
That's the scary part. You know what I'm saying? These are the people who, you know, always thought that they're not racist, but they're really racist as fuck.
Yeah, I got a black friend types.
Yeah.
Usually those are conservatives though.
Or my son.
No, I mean sometimes.
See the Democrats do it too.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's the people who feel like you should be happy to vote for Joe Biden because Obama chose him. It's like those type of people.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Good
point. Yeah,
or my brothers, uncles, cousins, look black. Like, we don't give a
right, like that don't got nothing to do with you. Like
facts.
Who your relative? Yeah, that's crazy. It's like so. Yeah, I don't know, man. They just like they gotta. It's how do I put it? It's weird too because you gotta like distinguish the difference. Like there's some actually like well-meaning white people.
There are.
But I respect the ones like, and I gotta like these are like the white people that are friends with me. They don't feel like they don't try to change up who they are to support anything going on with me. I had a friend of mine actually in California. He came to me and told me. Like, we was cool and everything, whatever, but, like, I know he came from, like, a white conservative family. He was, like, a libertarian himself. But, like, and that's another thing why I said before how George Floyd kind of influenced a lot because he saw that and was like, yo, like, I'm not straddling this fence anymore. Like, I feel like Black Lives Matter should be said at this point. Like, and that was real because even with him saying that, he didn't feel like that. He didn't start saying, yo, homie, or nothing like that, you know? Like,
don't be fucking, I know you love Green Day and you pull up playing the fucking City Girl. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, right.
Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you feel like you got to play rap music every time I'm around.
Like, no, it's not that serious. One thing about, especially as good black folks, we accept people for who they are. If you cool, you cool. We just not fucking with the, just certain shit we not fucking with.
That fake shit, man.
Right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I feel like as black people, we got to be observant, and then we can spot that fake shit from a mile away.
I respect the motherfucker more if you just tell me you racist, bro. Like,
that's another thing too.
Just be upfront with me, bro.
You still can't be my ass though, but I think you can tell me something. I know what's up on front.
Tell me the real deal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Only because it's still somewhat political. That's the funny thing about the fact that, like, when it comes to, like, say, Trump, right? People, even some black people that I know that support him, they be like, I mean, I like him because, like, I mean, he kind of tells how it is, or he lets you know how he feels. Like, he lets you know. But exactly, he doesn't. He, like, it would be one thing. Like, I still would think he a bitch, but it'd be one thing if, like, say, okay, for example, the other week, he shared that white power video. You heard about that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was in the first 10 seconds of the video, so you know he saw that shit. So, if he would have just said, yes, I believe in white power, I would still know he a bitch, but at least he'd be honest. But he will sit there and tell you did not see what you just saw him, cheer.
I think people...
like, I saw you, see me, saw you.
Exactly.
Like, when he tried to say about Serena Williams that she had to correct his ass, like, that's my African-American. What?
Man.
That's what he said about Kanye too. Like, no, he said about some guy in the audience one time. He's like, my African American friend over there. Yeah. But it's weird because
his black ass up there.
But it's like oh yeah, you ever see that dude, the Blacks for Trump dude?
Big
they got the like ponytail in the back.
Big Coonin.
Big Coonin. Oh my god. You know though, one crazy thing, and it's weird to give like props, but you kind of have to, even though it's an evil game. They know how to like take black people and indoctrinate them to where like they can put them and prop them up so much that you got people that straddle the fence. They be like, oh well, I mean that black person's okay with it. Like, for example, how they did with Candace Owens.
Yeah, well, she's an international racist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like she hates her people and everybody else. Like,
or those Hodge twins.
What's the name of the woman who
Almaretta?
I'm butchering her name.
It's common. Well, I know what you're talking about. The one that was on the reality show, and then Omarosa. Yeah, that's it. Okay, yeah.
If she's in this discussion, her name deserves to be butchered. Put it like that.
But see, you know what's funny about her, and that was why black people like. This is the funny thing about her, that the reason why, like, some people wanted to invite her back to the cookout, but then others was like, nah, she's still gone, is because of the fact that when she got hired, she was, like, trying to shut down all the other black people or whatever, but then once stuff went sour with her and him, now she's talking about he's racist, but it's like, why didn't you tell us that before?
And let's be very fucking clear, bitch. You did not. Let's be very fucking clear, cause that bitch burns me up. Her ass, she burns me up, and I say that because you did not fucking quit. You didn't quit. Your ass got fired, and you tried to take that and you tried to swindle that for whatever fuck reason you got fired.
No, because you saw that they wasn't on your side.
You're right. They definitely was bending you over and spanking you. Your ass got fired.
Yeah, because
she ain't come out with that tell-all shit because she knew she.
No, she came out with that book.
She came out with that book.
Yeah, it's just that don't nobody care.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say because she should have been swimming.
It's like, matter of fact, because it's like Trump got his niece is about to release a tell-all book, but it's just like, it's like at this point, everyone who don't like Trump
is already hip.
Already hip. Everyone who loves Trump, they're gonna love Trump no matter what. All of a sudden, his niece is gonna turn into a liberal snowflake that's just out to get him. Yeah. So it don't matter who it is, what the connection. So it's like it doesn't matter. It sucks to say, but it doesn't.
And my thing is with the government, if y'all gonna already make these kinds of choices, what are y'all even doing this shit in the media for? If y'all really don't give a fuck, just
tell us.
Just go ahead. We know what we up against.
Right.
God damn.
Just be up front.
Gang.
We can't tell them though. We gotta.
But it gives the people on the line like the ability to like, because no one. That's the thing too. No one ever wants to believe that they're a bad person. No person ever on the wrong side of history at the time thinks that they're on the wrong side of history.
Right.
So
facts.
The fact that they don't come out and say it allows those people who pretend to have a conscience to be like, oh, well, I can still support them.
Yeah.
So it's like, it sucks as I wish that they would be honest with us, but sadly I get why, even though it's in your face, they don't, because that's what allows the couple stragglers who want to be racist but don't want to be known. That's why they'll say being called racist to them is the worst thing you can call me. Then how about you just not be a racist?
Right.
But it could
or maybe it hits hard because you are.
Yeah, like it could all be so simple. You could just not be racist.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy when that news anchor guy was talking, and he was like, or they could just stop fucking killing black people, and this wouldn't be happening.
It could all be so simple.
Cause they were talking about, oh, it's so bad. the buildings are burning, stuff is crashing behind me. He's like, hey, stop fucking fuck. What the fuck are you fucking doing? He was white.
Man, white people always want to tell you how to protest, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, because it's like no way.
Protest when you're not going through this shit.
Don't
like,
tell me how to protest
did the
and the
peaceful
priest still
shit.
fucking the kids.
Yeah, like
facts.
The priest still fucking the kids. Don't tell me how to protest when y'all let anything go. Anything goes.
Y'all let the priest.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
y'all
they get vacations when they do it. They put them on an island for them to be shit.
Okay.
Like
y'all motherfuckers can have a fucking tea party. Like, all types
yeah, this
of
country
shit.
was literally founded on vandalism.
Yeah, like fucking tea party.
So-
When the Browns game is there, they vandalism.
Yeah,
come
looting.
on, man. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Raping.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the above.
And y'all,
Then some.
y'all hurt because we vandalized a couple of buildings
That are insured.
Yeah, like man, shut
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck up.
And I really may be going off topic when I say this, and I might be a little bit lit too.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, man. That's what we do on the show.
These white people who claim to support the LGBTQ community, I've heard a lot of them make connotations about black gay men, but it's like y'all people was raping the black men to demasculate them. That was y'all idea. They weren't doing that shit.
It's weird that they do it though, because they got a whole channel of white gays.
Damn, man, that was some brutal ass shit, but it's true.
Yeah,
You
so
know
it's
what I'm
like weird that they do
Yeah.
that. They do like kind of come down on like gay black guys or whatever, but like
you know, and it's like
It's like they can do it, but we can't do it.
honestly, neither
weird.
should do it though.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
but it's
right.
just weird how like
Because remember did I tell you about that protest I went to that got messed up because the black guy did it?
yeah.
Like it was a protest I went to in Akron, and it was a lot of people from a lot of different organizations there, like black people, obviously white people, gay people, like whatever. It was a lot of people there, like
Right,
Indian
right.
people, etc. So this dude, so obviously they got like microphones and everything, or bullhorns and stuff for people to talk, and this dude gets on there and starts talking for like, I swear it felt like 30 minutes just talking, and then part of it, he was like, yeah, so I mean, we gotta talk about like the gay agenda, and like I like gay people and I got a problem with gay people, but we just gotta talk, like they just can't be pushing it on people. It's like, yo, like
bro.
know your audience. Like what are you doing?
Bro,
Like
why? Like
that's why the next week it was like cut to like an eighth of as many people that was there the week before, because you just turned off people.
yeah.
Like we supposed to make this like kind of inclusive, where we obviously, the more people we bring into that coalition that's supporting, obviously the main thing of Black Lives Matter, the more people that realize and say that's gonna help us out more. That's more people fighting on our behalf. So you sitting there making comments like that, sitting there pushing away like any of the gay people in the audience, like why would they support you, or why would they support this movement, and you sitting there calling their stuff like their existence an agenda?
Right. And you gotta just know yourself and be comfortable in your own sexuality. If it's feeling forced, you may be a little bit curious, bro.
I mean,
If it's feeling
maybe.
a little bit, if you feeling pressure, I could understand. Yes, it's more so displayed on the TVs and stuff, but it's just the world that we living in. But if you that mad about it,
Yeah, that you got some stuff
you got
right.
some stuff
that you
going
need to
on,
figure out
man,
your,
like,
you know.
I don't even understand
Yeah.
getting mad about it. Like saying like, okay, so let's use an example of the show Empire back in the day, right?
Right.
Like I would always hear like people complaining about that, and it's like, dude, like gay people exist. Like so what? Like
Right.
they talking about, well, we gotta explain this to my. What do you have to explain to your kids? Do you explain when straight couples have sex on TV?
Right.
Why are you letting your kids watch people have sex on TV? That's
Period.
a problem itself.
And I was saying that the other day. I said they put too much kissing on TV, and my friend was like, "Well, with same-sex couples, I'm like, it don't matter.
Right.
So nothing with children. Like when they made SpongeBob gay.
It seemed
I
unnecessary.
don't give a fuck what SpongeBob is. I don't give a fuck what nobody is. What I'm saying is just
Yeah.
sexuality, period. Even
Right,
when
right.
he would
Facts.
make like little connotations to Sandy. I'm still not with that shit because that's a child. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That's why we got 13 and 12-year-olds pregnant.
Man,
They hot in the ass.
they're like being gay is new. Like,
Yeah,
man,
it's
Alexander
big.
the Great was gay. Like all these people,
Or at least bi. Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? That game I was playing at Assassin's Creed Odyssey is based off of like ancient Greece.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of them
motherfuckers
gay.
was they fucking
Rome,
everybody.
They were gay.
Right.
Fucking everybody.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm
you
saying?
had a
Like,
fucking hoe, they was in that motherfucker.
yeah,
what
like
was
that's just
going
what
on.
it is. Like,
You know, they was,
like that's facts though. Like it's not new. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yeah, there's no
people
gay
been
agenda.
gay. Like
Right, and if
I don't
you
understand.
so
Like
bothered by it, you know, maybe you need to test the waters, bruh.
That is honestly the only reason I can see somebody getting bothered by that to that degree, because it's like obviously you a little like you gay, like, and if you gay, be gay, but like
right.
Don't be attacking these people because of your own insecurities.
Right, and they standing in their truth, and you curious, you checking, but you ain't sure.
Yeah, like let them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say let them, like they gonna be gay. Just just move on. Like they don't got nothing to do with you. Like, but
it ain't your life, man.
It's not your life.
It's not your fucking life.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's not your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's just...
But that's like, I mean, that's kind of like a lot of what happens here anyway. Like even look at stuff like say abortion or whatever. Like, if a woman has an abortion, that don't got shit to do with me. That's her body.
Not my business.
Exactly.
Fuck.
So why do I look like sitting there like saying, "Oh, I have a right to"? I mean, my feelings on abortion. My feelings on abortion don't really matter.
And right, men have the
Like-
most to say about that.
Yeah, it's like I'm not the one who has to carry this baby. I'm not the one who has to, at the end of the day, make that decision whether to keep it or not. So I don't really feel like that's my place to say something about it. But people.
Smart man.
Thank you. So
I agree.
But people just like always want to be heard, but don't even matter if they got something to say.
Right.
They just
Right.
want to say
'Cause,
something.
you know, people are just mad the fact that women can have a right to choose. Like, bro, like
I know, right?
Like, why are you mad that she has?
How dare this other human
How
being
dare
have the
this
right to
other-
control her
Yeah,
own
like
body?
how dare this human being have a right to choose something for herself? Like, bro.
Because you know what makes it worse? Like they'll do all this like complaining about say something like abortion, but when it comes to their baby being born, y'all don't give a fuck. Like they'll sit there and complain
Yeah,
about
what's
a
the
woman
baby?
needing help.
Oh, so why you still on welfare and shit?
Yeah.
Come on now.
You wouldn't let me do what was best for my financial situation. Like, so therefore, like,
take care of it.
At the end of the day, we
Yeah.
the creators of life, and we could just do what the fuck we want to do. Pussy wants the world. Sorry, I'm the only female on the podcast saying this, but
hey, I wasn't even arguing. It was no arguments there. There's
No
been wars
arguments.
fought for
Man.
pussy. So like,
Hey, look, my dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but he's very famous for some hoe shit right now. And you see what that did to him, so you know what I'm saying? It's the truth, man.
oh, I didn't think it's about who you was talking about for a
That
second.
pussy will have you running crazy, bro. Like, have you talking about, I don't want to live no more, man.
Yeah,
You better
That's
watch
certain-
out.
That's
Pussy
certain.
power is a real thing, but I'm not gonna give away too many of the secrets. I'm not gonna do that.
Not this episode.
Not this episode.
Not this episode.
But we know.
I may not get invited to the next if I do so. So not this episode.
Okay, so last thing we wanted to get into, which, and damn near every other functioning country, this isn't an issue, but because America is the most like resistant of anything ever, conspiracy theory people, we have to say this: wear a fucking mask.
Please.
Like, stop being a selfish dick and wear a mask, okay?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's
The virus is real.
the virus is not some made up liberal hoax. Like that the doctors and stuff like that are and the scientists who've studied this stuff for years have no motivation to lie to you about this. Like, this is my thing about it too. You ever heard the one they said about people who they're saying it's like population control, right? That's why
Right.
they're doing it.
Right.
But the irony about that is that people, for the majority and stuff, are obviously like nurses and stuff like that that's contracted it. It's people who aren't wearing masks that are dying. So ain't that the population control?
Yeah.
Because that's the ones that's getting killed off. So how are you saying wearing a mask is population control?
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Like,
It doesn't.
it
And a lot of the Karens have came out during this. I'm not gonna name the company that I worked for, but they have actually called and got mad that they couldn't go into stores and just going off about wearing a mask. And it's like, bro, you can take it off when you get outside.
right.
Nobody telling you to wear it to sleep.
Like, exactly. Like, they act like they just like they have to just get this mask, like they Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and they just have to keep this mask on at all
All
times.
day.
And
Like-
it's not a fucking gas mask. Like, god damn.
Yeah, like
Come
you're
on my
just,
ears.
Like, do you wear it while you drive? Like,
yeah, like, you know, it's like so much times that you don't have to wear it. Matter of fact, even if you walk into the store with it, say if you like your mouth itch or you're having like an issue, just take it off real quick, put it back on. It's not that difficult.
It's not.
Like,
It's not.
It just doesn't make sense that people are just like making up, and it's like only us. Like I said, you look at all these other countries that got hit, like Italy, for example. They got hit terrible at first, but now their numbers are going down. Yeah. Why? Because they wore fucking masks.
And not only that,
that's all you have to do. It's a simple thing.
Even from a governmental standpoint, if we had a better president and if the government just cared about us, if they suspended people's bills,
oh man,
a lot more motherfuckers wouldn't even be out. If they suspended a lot of those different things and nobody really had to worry about it, we would just have the most essential. If they was bringing people food.
Yeah.
Bringing you food. You know what I'm saying? With their hazmat suits on or whatever the case may be. It's like, but at the same time, just because the government don't give a fuck don't mean you shouldn't give a fuck about yourself.
See, that's the thing too, because they got...
It's not just the government. It's like Trump doesn't give a fuck, so people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They got mixed messages. You got Trump who don't care. You got people who are trying to like suck up the like the mayor, like Governor DeSantis in Florida, that like want to bootleg Trump or whatever. So they like, oh, well, we won't do it. But now look at your state, bro. Like your state is being hit tough.
Yeah.
Like, is it really worth sucking up to this man who's probably gonna lose that much?
Right.
Like.
Right. I just feel like, and then let's enforce too wearing the shit right. I can get covering your mouth, but that's the spread. But cover your nose.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to cover both of them.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I feel like people always want to make a problem with something.
Everything.
Like, how can you have an issue with? And that's where you think about it. Even if there wasn't a coronavirus, how this, like in China, they've been doing that shit. When they go to like big public, you see the motherfuckers in the court, they're not fucking around with people. You understand? Why would you want somebody's spit? If you really think about it from that perspective, it's not a terrible thing. Like if we just started like living life like this. I mean, I do miss, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I miss movies.
Like that, you know,
but
you know, it's not.
My thing about it though is that like the ironic part about it is we could have, if we had better leadership and then responsible, just regular people, we could have been done with this by now. We could have been on the platform going back to normal, or if that's even possible. I don't even think it's really possible at this point, especially. It's over.
The California governor, I don't know his name. He was like, we need to just get
the wine
living with it.
No, the wine's here. Damn, I knew it too. I feel mad because I lived in California.
We just need to used to living with it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then like I had people like they always like you always get those conspiracy theories people talking about something you living in fear. You just want to believe. Like my thing is this. Well, this is out. I got another one right here. So, but my thing is this. Like when they say stuff like, "Oh, you just want to believe," like who wants to be in this situation?
Yeah, right.
Like,
schools closed down.
Yeah, like even when y'all claiming there's some kind of weird conspiracy that the whole world order thing is involved with, dude, you know how much money that Hollywood is missing out on right now?
Yeah.
The NBA, NBA,
all the main ones. Like,
this would be more believable
everything.
if they weren't losing money. Being that how they feel about money, I know this shit is real.
Exactly.
Or like, what about everybody knows a registered nurse nowadays?
Yeah.
What about their testimony?
They
talk about it every fucking day on what they deal with at work. People you know personally are telling you what they're going through at work. So they're lying to us right now.
Every person every week is somebody like I know of, or at least like know of someone who caught the coronavirus. So like these people aren't government hoax. Like who, like they're not working for the Democratic Party. They don't know care about.
So the whole world is in on this hoax.
Yeah, the whole World Health Organization got together supposedly just to make Trump look bad. That's what happened.
The whole world.
Like it sounds so stupid, but that's really what they believe.
Yeah, and we don't need a virus to make Trump is the virus, okay? We don't need nothing to make him look bad. He do that enough.
He does. That's why, you know what, like if you look at something like, say, like the Joe Biden reign, this is the only time he ran off of I'm not gonna do shit. Right. That was basically his whole campaign. But he doesn't have to, because all he has to do is sit back in his like basement and shut the hell up, because Trump just keeps putting his foot in his mouth so much. Yeah. Like this is like the most smoothest ride to the presidency in the history of ever.
Yeah.
Like all because Trump has just made it that bad. Like, I think we talked about it before. Like, he doesn't have a plan. And he literally just doesn't know what to do. He has no plan. Only thing he's like trying to run for president for now is the fact that his ego and because he's trying to avoid going to jail. That's it. He's running to get out of going to prison.
Yeah, because we know your ass was on Epstein's little island with the little girls.
Like, I mean, we seen the pictures. Like, and then not even, but I'm not even saying for that, because even with that whole, remember that impeachment thing they had? The reason why they couldn't do really nothing, they claimed because of a stupid memo, but nonetheless, they couldn't indict a sitting president. So if he's not the sitting president anymore, people can bring charges. That's what he's fighting for. So, like, but I don't know, just people would think that he's for them still. But like but it's like, even we talked about it before, I think like his son's girlfriend got it. Mm-hmm. He had like 6 people at his rally that got it. He had Secret Service people that got it, but somehow he don't got it.
Right.
He would never tell you.
He would never tell us because he lies.
You telling motherfuckers to drink Clorox, bitch. You drink, and I want to see.
Disinfectant.
Matter of fact, I want to buy the shit so I know that it's Clorox and watch your ass drink it.
Oh, it was a joke.
He was dead ass.
Oh, of course he was. But then you know how like what they do is that whenever he gets caught, and because again he tells you that you didn't see what you saw him say, he tried to claim he was he sends people out to say he was being sarcastic. Like, nigga, towards who? Because he asked the question towards the doctor.
Right.
Like, so, oh yeah, he was being sarcastic to the liberal media. Like, shut up. It's like, it's so weird too, because like this dude has been a millionaire his whole life. He's like failed up as far as businesses and stuff go. And he's racist as hell, but people still try to paint him as a victim. It's so weird. He's not a victim. He's never been a victim.
He's not.
Yo, I'm not.
I knew he won't shit when he says Dad gave him a small loan of $1 million.
And we found out that was a lie?
Stop fucking playing with me.
So that was a lie, it turned out. So he said that, then they did some like, basically his dad was giving him millions of dollars every month, every year since he was 7. Or no, I'm sorry, 4. And he was a million. Like, he was declared technically a millionaire by 8 years old because his dad was always giving him money. On top of that, all the businesses he bankrupted, his dad was always bailing him out. So when he says he only got a small loan of $1 million, that was even though that's obviously outrageous to us, that was still a lie. Like,
wow, yeah. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, yo, like that was still a lie. This nigga was getting.
Shit we don't give a fuck about.
That's another thing he does too. He lies about stuff. It's like it doesn't make sense to lie about. Like, why are you lying about something this small?
He even lied about the wall. Where the fuck
said it was being built. Yeah. They had 3 miles of repairs done. Nigga, you ain't get no wall.
Isn't that funny? He rolled the campaign about that wall and didn't do a goddamn thing.
He ain't did none of the stuff he talked about. He said he was going to help out like businesses and keep them from going to China. That didn't happen.
Hey, you know what though? I will bring up Obama. I'll bring up Obama. Because at least Obama did make Obamacare. It sucked, but he did.
He said it and it did that one thing.
I mean,
did that one thing he was going to
do. Phone slapped though. I thought the one with a touch screen. I said, okay.
Hey, he gave you a phone too.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though it wasn't the best care, I feel like.
Tried.
Old dude just trying to strip it away, period. He's like, well, I don't want y'all to have nothing. I want to just tape it. And then we may think of something later. Like, he wants to screw people. Like, I don't like the Medicare for me. I'm sorry. I don't like the Obamacare like that, just because I know I even had to get suckered and messed up with it one time. And I would obviously rather prefer Medicare for all. But at the same time, Trump don't want to give us shit. Nothing, he just wants to take everything away.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Yeah, I remember at one point, this was some years back, he was saying that he was going to start to put more stipulations on, welfare, and that food stamps were going to become food boxes. And basically, he was going to take out the fuck
my God, I remember that.
That you had to at least have a part-time job. So I'm like, what about the people who can't even fucking walk? Even though they still get out there and do what they need to do, but it's like, damn, you really gonna...
Yeah. But you know what though, and that kind of ties into what he does. Like, okay, so for example, right now, right? So, at first, again, we talked about like the coronavirus was a hoax. Then he admitted it was real, finally, right? But then once he found out that it was the majority of the case, I think it's like 43% of the people that's getting coronavirus are actually African American people. So when he found out, so right around the time he found out that the majority of the people are black people, hey, let's open the country back up.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter now.
And
because it's going to be black people dying.
You know what's even more sick though?
What?
When they started the phases of opening stuff, it was the shit that we care about. Barbershops, hair salons.
Yeah.
It won't no fucking the
Starbucks.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
I mean, Starbucks getting cussed out by the Karens for not wearing a mask, so you definitely know they weren't first to open.
Yeah.
It's the shit that they know. They know how we feel about looking about ourselves, and it was just typical, stereotypical black shit.
Yeah. It's funny too, because like even though I'm appreciative of it and I wish I was there to celebrate it, but in California they definitely considered the weed shops as an essential business. But at this,
for real?
they did.
Wow.
But I can get it because we all stuck at home. What the hell else we got to do besides drink and smoke weed? Like at the beginning stages and stuff like that.
Said, fuck
Yeah,
that.
honestly,
I get some too.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't know what I would have did this epidemic without weed.
Oh man, it would have been boring as shit.
Man,
I don't know how they dealt with the Spanish flu.
Man,
Like, cause they ain't had no TV. They ain't, like I had my PlayStation,
Niggas
so
in there sick.
yeah, they
Don't
just
get
sick.
they
Man.
just sick to be sick, reading the newspaper over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of weed though, man, I know this is totally off topic, but that is some pressure, bro. Like, we didn't announce the strand, so now
Phantom OG.
Phantom OG.
Yeah, Phantom.
I had to take it there, man.
Nah, I mean that's cool. We were supposed to say it at the beginning, but players fuck up. So all right. So on that note, like we said, wear a fucking mask. And yeah, that's gonna be another episode again there of my Opinionated Ass Podcast. So again, this is your boy West Meets World.
This is Ryan, the car guy.
Honey.
And we are out.